folks, and welcome back to Mindustry. Last time we left off, we won a sector, finally! It was a really short episode, but we won! Now we have Karst. Before we get there, though, let's go ahead and take our check tree. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Check our tech tree. There we go. Alright, this one, we have to land on Karst. We got that once we do that. The beam link, we just need a little bit more phase. We're almost there with that one. Land on Karst, land on Karst, land on Karst. Produce something. We don't know what that something is. This is when we land on Karst and we get to research a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm assuming is all of this stuff. This one, we have to capture Karst, land on it, land on it, land on it, and that's all it is. So, it looks like all that research for Disrupt, Calaris, Malin? I don't know what that is. Basic assembler module, and a neoplasma reactor. Those are things that we're hopefully going to be getting here, but we have to land here first. As what you've probably grown accustomed to, we're not going to be successful most likely the first time out here because I'm not that good at this game, and the game continues to prove how good it is compared to my skills. So let's go ahead and jump in there. It's an extreme threat. This sector is rich in resources, but will be attacked by the enemy once a new cord lands. Take advantage of the resources and research phase fabric. Okay, so let's launch in there. I'm immediately pausing, not doing anything else, taking a look here. We have graphite, thorium, and other things that I missed, but taking a look very close to us at least. We have beryllium close by. We have a little bit of oh, that's all tungsten? Okay. And then we have graphite up here. All right, there are other things that we know of. Take a look at our map. We have something down there, something down there. And we have 11 minutes to the first wave come. So we got some things to do. Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and jump into here and take a look at what we can unlock. So we can't do that one, can't do that one, can't do that one. This is that bad boy, which we do have enough stuff for. Fires long-range fragment artillery at enemy targets. Can step over most terrain. Cool. Disrupt. Fires long-range homing suppression missiles at enemy targets. Suppresses enemy structures, repair blocks. Only attacks ground targets. Good to know. And then we have this Conquer, which, look at that. That looks cool. Fires large piercing cascade of bullets at enemy targets, significantly less affected by liquid drag. Okay. And we had some other stuff up here. We already had the shielded wall. A smite. That's what we had last time. That was like lights out, kill us every time. It burst fires of piercing light emitting bullets. So it uses surge. And it has water as an additional thing, but it's not like crazy at all, like at anything. It just, we need a lot of phase to be able to build it, but it's not that crazy of a resource thing. And then a phase synthesizer synthesizes phase fabric from thorium, sand, and ozone. Requires heat. How much heat? 32 units. My God, that's a lot of heat. Okay, but it said to start working on that pretty quickly. So I'm going to research this one because we need to have it. And then we have a phase heater. What does that do? Oh, we put in phase and it gives us 15 units of heat? Heck yeah. Let's take a look at, just real quick. I want to look at this real fast. I'm not going to do it yet, but I just want to see. So every 1/8 of a second, it consumes a phase. And then over here, this one produces 2 a second. So they kind of feed each other, if I'm reading that right. That we have that, and a neoplasma reactor. What the heck does that do? Use acolyte, water, and phase fabric to produce large amounts of power. Okay, that's cool. Output is neoplasm. I don't know what we can do with that. And lots of heat. Okay, so we can use this thing to... This only uses 1 phase every 1/3 of a second or so. So we can use this to generate heat. Because that thing makes 60 heat, and our phase thing needs 32 units of heat. So we can use one to feed the other. That's fantastic to know. We just got to figure out what's what before we do any of that. All right, so we're going to pause. Oh, we already get some production. All right, let's pause the game here real fast. So we have our oxidation chambers. Cool. We have an afflict. Fantastic. I don't think I'll have enough stuff to do what we need to do with it, but that's okay. We have our silicon furnace, and we have all of that stuff set. All right. What do we do next? That's the real question, because I don't know. I mean, we need to set up some units before we do... Or no, we need to do the phase, right? That's what it told us to do, phase. So we need thorium. We just don't know where thorium's at, which means we're going to have to go exploring here sooner rather than later. And again, taking a look at the map here, we have these two little circles, which are interesting. Probably where the bad guys are going to be coming from. Okay, so let's go over in here. I'm going to do a ship fabricator, I think, because it requires very little. Although a tank fabricator requires even less. The mechs are just too slow. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to get rid of this one. They'll hook up. Do not have enough power currently, so we're going to have to fix that as well. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Turbine condenser, how much does that make? 180. That's not enough for us, but it's at least a start for what we need right now. Slap that. Slap that. Slap that. Then we'll slap that into there. We're not fully up to power, but we at least have we're at least able to do some work there. Okay. All right, I need to have the little drill thing, impact drill. I'd love to have the eruption drill. Like it's just a way better drill. But it needs hydrogen, which we kind of have, but I can do the impact drill, and that just requires a lot of power and some ozone. What do I want to do here? Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with the eruption. So get that going there. All right, and then I need to doop-a-doop-doo. You're going to go there. You're going to fly off this direction and plop into there. Boop. I'm going to hope that works. We also are way light on units overall, so we need to get rolling with lots of this stuff. And by units, I mean all of our resources up here. We don't have a lot of that stuff. So hopefully we can start building here quicker than what we would normally want to do. And I really, really, really want to get a new power source set up here for us. Was the flux reactor the one that I was looking at last time? Nope, not that one. Although, wow. Holy crap, that makes a lot of stuff. It makes tons of power. This is the one I was interested in, right? Yeah, this guy. But we need the phase to be able to do it. But we can, the rest of it, do the water, the acolyte, and the phase. And it makes all the stuff we need. Just don't know what we can do with all that stuff. All right, and I'm going to put an overflow over here just so we get some of that stuff feeding into the core as well. Overflow duct. Go there. And then we'll let them kind of just join together as necessary. All right, I definitely need more sources of power. That's our biggest drawback right now, is we don't have enough power. So I can get another one of these pretty easily. Paralysis generator. Acrylite and slag. Oh, we can do that, no problem. So if I do that, I can just pull slag up from here, route it up into that, and no problem. 40 or 40. Okay, yeah, that's easy because we only need, these guys produced 80 units a second, so we only need the one for each of those, and we should be good to go. Okay, that's what we're going to focus on for right now. Did I put that in the right spot? I did. All right, so that's going to feed slag up here, then over there. And I'm going to have that just go into a container for right now. And we will get the rest of that figured out in due time. So that's just straight up water going over into that bad boy. So that bad boy, we should be able to pipe water out of this. Bring it down here. Make it into electrolyzer. And it's not going to make anything yet because we haven't given it the power to do so. So that's the hydrogen we need. That's pumping up, baby. Heck yeah. All right. Again, I'm kind of having fun right now because I know we're not going to win. I just kind of want to see what it's going to take to be able to win this one. All right, that's going to put there. And then this is also going to go away. And we're going to replace that with this. And there we go. No more power problems, folks. We solved them that quickly. All right. Beyond that, we're going to need to have some other things. I am going to just put a little collector for that over here because we will need it. Just don't know when exactly, but we will need it. This area here, I don't understand why it's not just continuing straight down like that. Okay. So we have some units now. I'm going to take this first guy and just have him go exploring. This one, I'm going to have him go up here. Don't know how far we're going to get up there, but it's worth exploring here. Let's see if we can find some thorium. We're going exploring. We're finding resources. We're going exploring. We don't know where we're gonna go, but we can hope and dream of thorium and no bad guys. Do. There's some thorium. Heck yeah. Now, real quick, was that thorium down here? No, that was tungsten down there. Okay. I get confused. Lots of interesting color floors and stuff around here. Tungsten. We have more tungsten. We don't need any tungsten right now. All right, we're going to throw that guy down there. Just keep exploring all these little weird little kind of spiny little areas of stuff going out. See if we can find something that we need. All right, so hopefully this is the end of the road for this area. Like, hopefully this little area doesn't go up too much further. If it boxes in, that'd be fantastic, although it keeps going. Okay, great. So that whole spot there, we don't have to worry about. We're going to send that guy over here. This one we're going to send down a little more. See what we run into. We have 6 minutes left until bad guys show up. Take a look at the map. Yeah, it looks like we're going to run into bad guys over here. But that's okay. We're just going to explore down and see what we can find. And hope and pray and dream. That's nothing bad. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous right there. That's what we're looking for. Heck yeah. That's pretty close to us, too. All right, let's just make sure that we can't get, like, murked from the right here. Oh, man, this is a good spot. Lots of resources. I'm just trying to be diligent, and I probably should have picked airships to go do this a lot faster, but whatever. I didn't. So we're kind of stuck with what we have here. We have more. So I'm going to have you go down that way. I have another one somewhere over here. There you are. Let's have you go over there and just explore what that is. Come on, just please be like ended here. I don't want to. Ooh, we could throw in another core. That's interesting. I don't know if we've ever run into just an empty core spot. Look at all this thorium, though. My God. That is a great resource to have. And I know I'm wasting time just exploring right now, and I should be building, but I know I'm going to lose a sector, so I'm not as worried about kind of surviving right now as opposed to just finding out what I can do. As a commenter not that long ago basically said, the last level is like a big mystery. Like, kind of like just incrementally find out a little bit more each time you play, and eventually you'll get a solution. And that's what happened. So I'm going to try to use this round as the info gathering round with all of this and see what we come up with. Looks like that's going to connect over. Fantastic. This one looks like it's going to connect up there, most likely. That it does. Okay. Well, again, I'd rather know stuff than not know enough right now, and hopefully it's going to help us out here, although I don't like this big open area over here. That's concerning. Like a mech's just going to come and walk right over that. No question about it. Lots of tungsten around. All right. I love that there's just a free and open core over there. I think that's fascinating. That's the most interesting part that we've figured out so far. All right, I'm going to take that guy and bring him all the way over there because I want to see what's in that spot over there. But having a core with lots of resources really close by is super interesting. I'm also going to assume, for right or wrong, that the initial outlay of bad guys in this first wave hopefully is not going to be super terribly bad. All right. Looks like this one is a dead end. Cool. So I'm going to send that guy over there. A good bit of graphite. This one looks like it's still going to keep going for a bit, and that's probably going to be down for that one, but might be my assumption. There's so much to know. I'm just going to send these little crews out to different areas just so that we can pseudo-protect them. Even though we don't really have a good basis for protecting anything right now. Even if I wanted to build another core, I can't because I don't have enough resources to build it. I have a core bastion I could build. All right. This is also interesting. Just trying to explore what's there. They're going to come in about a minute, and we're going to get murked, and it's going to be over, but that's okay. I just want to see what our options are later game here. And also, those blue circles might not be bad guy bases. They might be like a point that we need to get to. Nope. That's a spot they're coming in at. Okay. So it doesn't look like there's necessarily bases. It's more just rounds of bad guys that we need to deal with. Okay, well that's good to know as well, because if that's the case, hopefully we can build enough defenses to weather that storm, or build them close enough and plentiful enough that it's not going to be a challenge really for us here. The only other thing I need to do is explore. They're coming from here. Can I go out both ways, or is it one direction or the other? I would imagine it's going to be just that one spot. All right, so we've explored everything there is to know about that area over there. I'm just going to put this one here just in case they show up, or when they show up, we have our reference point. Actually, some significant resources in this area. All right, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to explore much of that area without that, but I got to think they're going to be able to come up and do stuff there. So I'm going to leave that one there. And the rest of this I'm going to leave as is. They're coming in 12 seconds, so we know we're going to be facing a battle here momentarily. And we'll figure out what that entails for us down the road here. All right, so the next thing, or one of the things we need to look at, is our phase synthesizer. It needs thorium, sand, and ozone, plus a bunch of heat. We know over here that if we could build a flux reactor, we can make all the heat we need for days and days and days. That requires a cyanogen thingy, which is over here. Somewhere in here. There it is. That one needs heat, it needs graphite, it needs the acrylite stuff. All of that stuff can be found plentifully back here. If you take a look at our map here, wasn't there an area with a bunch of acrylite, or am I making that up? Like, we have all of this up here, which is fantastic, but I thought there was another area back here that had more of that. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I made it up. I think I might have made that up. I mean, there's stuff here, but that doesn't really help us right now. Okay, so really our area of acrylite is closer to at home than what it would be otherwise, but that's okay. We can still work with a lot of that and figure out exactly what we need to do from there. So this needs heat, which we could just run straight off of this. This guy doesn't have all the heat he needs, but he has enough. This thing... I really want this thing, though. We need surge alloy to make it? Are you kidding me? I don't want to make surge alloy. Surge alloy is so much work. So the surge crucible requires silicon, slag, and a bunch of heat to get rolling. Luckily, we have a big slag incinerator area. We can set up the flux stuff or the slag stuff pretty easily, because we can set that as a water intake and go. All right, let's begin the journey here. All right, so we have that. No, we need this one here. That's gonna, I guess, give us some water to feed into that. Basically, I'm just trying to not kill the production on this one. All right, so they have 16 enemies coming in. We don't know where exactly they're at or what type of units they are. Doesn't look like they are coming from that direction. So that means they're probably coming from the southern one. They could come up this one, I think, or this way. Or they could be right there, firing at our core. Okay. Well, that was 6 of the units. And we can see, if we go to our map, we have that other, they're coming up this way. So we're going to take all of these guys and bring them over here. And hopefully we can knock these guys out quickly without much trouble. We just need to dispatch them fast here. And the next wave's coming in, what, 6 minutes and some change? Oh god, we drove right past them all. At least we have good units. And by units, I mean we have this effect that just lights out game time. But we need to, okay, now we need to kind of really step up our game. So the question becomes, what do we want to prioritize here? And does that change? No, it doesn't. We just can, okay. So like, I would love to get some disperses, firing some thorium, just set them up like out here and over here and kind of try to cover up a lot of that area. There's so many things I could / want to do right now that are just going to be very challenging to actually accomplish because I don't know the best way to approach this. I know I need to make phase. I know that. But I need thorium, I need ozone. So that's our primary goal right now, is to get those things set up. So over here, we have a nice thorium spot. We're going to get our eruption drill set with that. We need to have turbine condenser with some power. All right, and going back into our eruption drill, it requires 360 units of power, and it also needs what? Hydrogen. Okay, so we have to go in here now, and we need to get this bad boy set up. It's gonna go there, then we'll get some tanks. Bam, bam. And we're lacking strongly in the thorium department, so hopefully we can at least get enough to get us rolling with that. All right, so then we got hydrogen. Fantastic. Throw that into there. And then for at least our initial run here, I'm going to make the world's longest and dumbest pathway all the way back. And what do you need? Oh. I really dislike that I can't have them turn out of there. But there we go. We're going to get our units set up there. I am going to throw on a little... No. Okay, let me get this to be that first. Then I can put my duct router on there. Throw this down here. And then I should be able, if I have the resources, which somehow I do, put that in there. And what else did I get here? Oh, the shockwave tower. Is that new? I think the shockwave tower's new. At least new to me. All right, we're at least getting resources over there. That's great. But we still need to be able to produce phase. And this thing is not good at power right now. I really should have just put those up here and made a core up there and just had it dump in all the stuff instead of doing this rinky-dink long way of doing it. But that's what I did. So that's what we're going to go with for right now. Power-wise, we can just draw in some other ones. We're going to bring in some turbine condensers here. Bam, bam. All right, then I should be able to get the beam tower. There we go. At least that should help us out with our power situation on that side of the game. We have more work we're going to do right now. All right, that all looks well and good. I'm happy with all of that. What's next? So power-wise, I really want this thing, but in order to do that, we need Super Surge. So that's not going to happen right now. I'd like to get the phase started because it's going to be important. So thorium, sand, and ozone, plus the heat. All right, we at least have the thorium. Sand can be had anywhere up there, so I'm just going to put this right there for now. This pipe is going to run out like so, and go over to there. We have a duct router that I can throw there and throw that into that. So the only thing that's missing right now is sand and heat. Okay. Give me the plasma board thingy-majiggy. Or no, cliff crusher, that's what I needed. Get that. Do. And then we need heat. What generates a sufficient amount of heat? Carbide crucible, do you output heat? No, you need input of heat. Slag incinerator, heat router. Electric heaters. Only produce 3. This thing needs way more than 3, right? It's 32. That's a lot. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do to generate the heat that I need. I want one of these. Makes tons of heat. No heat. And this one doesn't make any heat either. No. And on the other process end, the only one that really makes heat is the oxidation chamber. And doesn't even make that much, quite honestly. Although we could really easily put a couple of those in place here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. And the second one's coming in 3 minutes. Like we're boned. It's okay. I'm just trying stuff out to see what works and what doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another one of these. One of these down here. Okay. So I'm able to do that. Should be able to run something like that and then just put some routers like so. And then what I can do is run this stuff, come all the way down over into there. This one, not that one, this one can go into there as well. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Don't want those there. This guy needs to go there. Need to run on that. And then what I should be able to do is just throw on some quick of the plasma wars. Bam, 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 bam. And I think if I play my cards here right, should be able to just run these over like so. Run that over there. Bam. 2, 3, 4. Boom, 2, 3. All right, and while they're all getting warmed up, let's make sure these all have power. What do you not have? You have all of the things you need. Oh. There's hydrogen in some of these spots here. Okay. So that one's going. What do you not have? You don't have power. Okay. I was going to say, I'm confused. Oh, and I don't have a way of getting stuff out of these, do I? Okay. I need to fix that real fast. Hold on. Such a mess. Okay, we got that. Now what I should be able to do is take this and run that up there. This is going to run up there. Run up there. Run up there. And then I should be able to join all of those together. I think. There we go. All right, and then I should also have surge here, right? I'm just going to run it into the same spot because I don't think we need it otherwise. All right. There we go. Or no, that's phase. Excuse me. We have phase fabric, which I don't think we've made yet, but we'll happily take it to assist us here. A couple other things we should probably do. Maybe it's a bad idea, but I'm going to throw a breach over here. I know I don't need them, but I love them. I love them so much. So I can put that in there, put a little thingy there. Nope, not doing that. Do the duct unloader. The only thing I want to unload is that. That's going to go there. Then that one's just going to be sand that we're going to unload there because we don't need the sand. All right, well, I don't know what to do right now. So we got a base level of stuff set up. We have this very long and intricate area coming over here. We're okay power-wise for the most part, but to be able to really expand what we need, I really want this thing. But to do that, we need to build the stupid Surge Crucible, which requires silicon, slag, and lots of heat. That's going to have to happen somewhere over here. So we're going to have to really generate more in this area. We have plenty of hydrogen, which is nice because that's usually our drawback is we don't have enough of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a large tank here, put it over here, and then eventually we're going to have those float in there. And this should start filling up. These guys should start going down at some point. And then I want to make Surge. So Surge Crucible is going to have to exist somewhere over here. Cool. And I just need to always investigate what they need. It needs silicon and that and heat stuff. Okay. And we can use slag heaters, right? We definitely can use slag heaters. But I want to put these 1, 2, 3, and then we'll get our slag heaters out. And that just requires slag going in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to go there. You're going to come out this way and go up into the first one. Go there, and that should be able to go into both of those if I played my cards right. We'll find out, I guess. And what did I have on this line here? What was the point of this? Oh, that was supposed to be water. I'm an idiot. Okay, let me fix that real fast. There we go. Okay. No, no, no. That's supposed to be a junction, my friends. No slag here. So... Okay, so I'll put that one. Okay, we got that. And I just heard the sound for the next round of enemies, so crap. All right, that's going to go there. That one's going to go up and into there. And you still need silicon. Okay, but we do have heat at least arriving at these things. Only 9%. Why do you only have 9%? You should have way more than 9%. You need a ton of slag and 40 units. We have 3 of them producing 8, which should be roughly half of what you need. So I don't understand what you're saying, game. All right, this one. Pull that out here. Go all the way over there. Across and into that. All right. And then we need a way to return all of this back to where it's supposed to go. There we go. We are generating our first batches of this stuff. Just going to throw it on that line because why not? Taking a look at our map. We don't know where they're coming from, but we can assume... Well, this guy's still existing, so we can assume that they're not coming that way. Oh, we got our flyers here, which got taken care of very quickly. That's a good sign. So we have 10 waves that we need to go through. Again, I'm not anticipating on being super successful with any of this in particular. Just want to play and see what we can come up with. Kind of get a plan of what works and what doesn't. So that we can play more next time. All right. And we are, like, hydrogen is just rough right now. We need more hydrogen production. Oh, they upped that group of bad guys significantly. Yeah, I'm well aware our core is under attack. This guy apparently is not firing at all right now because we have no good stuff going on. Everything is terrible. Why are we not producing what we need here? Oh, crap. Okay, sand got in our setup there. Oh, no. Okay. Why is sand in this setup? Oh, it's this one. Okay. My bad. So let me go and fix that, because we would have survived far easier there if we had, you know, done the right thing. I can't even see what's going on here. I have no idea what this setup is here. All right, so this is going to be coming out. So that there, coming across. Over here, up, and into that one. This one, we're just going to have it fade right like that. Cool. These guys, some work we need to do. That's going to go there. Oh my gosh. Sometimes this game. There we go. Okay. And you don't have power for some unknown reason. All right, at least that thing's back up to power. We have this stuff making things, and look, we have 24 surge. Look at us. We're doing the work here, folks. All right. So we know they've already escalated. That was already Locust that we were dealing with at that point. So they're escalating their production rather significantly each round here. That looks pretty. So we need to return in kind with something a little bit more substantial here. These guys, we can't do anything because we don't have enough surge. We could do more of these, but we're effective with those. The luster, I don't remember using a luster before. Maybe I did. But continuous slow-moving single target laser at enemy. That's fun, and it needs nitrogen. Okay, we can do that for sure. And a scathe, which is the one I really want. But in order to build it, we need more oxides, more... Oh, we don't even have any carbides right now, do we? We do have carbides, but not enough. So if we go into carbide production, wherever that happens to be at... Why do I suck at finding these? The oxidation chamber is where we can make... Not that one, not that one. The atmosphere, that's it. We can make nitrogen there pretty easily. Again, we need more heat. I don't understand why everything wants heat. It sucks. All right, so I need to find the carbide crucible. Needs heat, right? Yep. Tungsten and heat gives it in there. Okay. This one just needs surge. Now we can throw that pretty much anywhere because it just needs a little bit of heat. So I could put that down here. Like 2 or 3 of those down there, and it's protected. So that's our goal right now, is to generate enough that we can do that. Power-wise, we're sort of surviving, but we definitely need more. Let's go see if there's anything else we can hook into in any of these other spaces. Like we have all of this up here that I could hook into. I'm nervous about building too much over here because there's no defenses that we have in any way, shape, or form, and all they have to do is come in and they can knock us out pretty quickly and easily without a whole lot of work here. But let's go ahead and do the work anyway. There we go. Stay up on power. And just to make sure all these other places are staying up and doing the same thing power-wise. Yeah, okay, we're good there. All right. What do I want to do? Oh, there's one right there too. Okay. Okay, we have that part taken care of. This guy is almost there where we could build it and it's out. It's generate large amounts of power when heated. Oh, it needs 150 heat. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I thought it took in heat. Okay, this guy we can do though, pretty easily, I think. Hydrogen, ozone. I should probably put some of those little repair thingies. They just require ozone, right? Oh, they require hydrogen. Okay. Even still, we need them, so I'm going to smack one like right there. I don't want to go past that. So I have to bring that down here over like that. Over there, and then down into that. All right, and then our core is coming back to health. Heck yeah, baby. What's up with you? Why are you not happy? No, you just don't have enough beryllium. Okay. No, stop doing that. Just like how this handles that stuff. There we go. All right, I'm going to build another core out here. And hopefully we'll be able to do something with it. I don't know. I just don't know what to do right now. So I'm going to try building a new core. It's going to exist right there. And then maybe we could just do some cool eruption drills and stuff and feed that directly. Put that there. Feed directly into that one. These guys need what again? Just need some hydrogen. Okay, that's easy enough to do. Ozone, hydrogen. So our hydrogen is going to flow over into that. And then I guess you need some power still, don't you? Power-wise, we're doing okay. We have another round coming here in just a moment. I'm going to need to start building units as well. All right, so we are making phase. We're not making any of this yet. Okay. And down here, we're getting closer to being able to build another afflict. The fuses are fun as well. All right, graphite, we can just start mining lots of that, I think, without really much issue. So that's what I'm going to do. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we got that. All right. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but we have those resources available to us now. I wish there's a little bit more surge that we had options of doing stuff with, but alas, we do not. I want to make like a big defensive wall over here, but I think it's going to be more valuable. Let's go to the map real fast. Do I do it over here? No, I need it. It's like, that's the problem, is there's so many routes for them to just come up and wreck house. Like, I need to set something over here as a defensive barrier that they can't do anything with. There's probably another pathway that I didn't even explore in here somewhere. Uh-oh. 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 All right, let's see if we can quickly get something in, because it didn't look like they're high-tier units. So I might be able to get away with a diffuse or two. So I'm going to get rid of that one for now. Okay, they're going to attack that core, that's fine. There's nothing not much I can do about that right now. They're going to be butt heads on the way back, that's fine. Our other core now is under attack. There we go, we're not under attack anymore, and we survived that wave. Excellent. I think we survived that wave. Oh no, we definitely did not. There are more bad guys incoming presently. Yeah, I desperately need another one of these things. What I can do over here, though, at least, is start setting up some walls and some defenses. If I knock these guys out, at least I can provide a measure of defense in this area. It's not going to be like top tier great defense, but it's going to be a defense. And that's what we need to do right now, is just provide a defense. I'm pretty sure I can just put a line of these down here and have fun. And I know I shouldn't be using beryllium. Leave me alone. It's what I have in excess of right now, so that's what I'm going to build. All right, so hopefully we have at least one line of defense set up here. It's nothing wild or crazy or perfect, but it's just a line that we hopefully can use to help us farther down the road here. Put one of these in there, and we'll get the duct unloader there. That does not need to be sand. And duct router is going to go Just like that. Bam, bam. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Heck yeah, that's a good number. Now, hopefully we can get enough power over there to supply all that stuff with what it needs. All right, we'll get another one of these set up. Nice little unloader as well. Okay, we have that. I'm pretty happy with that setup. I mean, as far as base level goes, it's nothing wild or crazy or super protective overall, but it will at least help us out for a little bit. This area is concerned still. We have nothing going on there. We have lots of areas destroyed over here that we need to address. Oops. Anything else that needs to be addressed? I think we're okay otherwise. I'm going to take one of these guys. I want to drive him down to in this area and see what the heck we get, because I don't know what it's going to be. So got that. I should have an Air Force at some point, but I just don't, and I'm not going to. So we'll figure that out here, and then we'll go in and hopefully approach the next round of this stuff. We're getting closer to being able to afford one of these. We need 4 more. Heck yeah. All right, folks. So I'm not sure where my next step is here. So I'm going to pause the game at this point and just take a recap of what we did. We have Surge Alloy. We only need a few more to build an Afflict, which I most definitely want to do. But we also need to figure out how to make sure to supply it with more heat and power and all that stuff, which can be a problem. And then I also need to figure out more defensively what we're doing with some of these other areas. So we have our guy somewhere out here. I don't know where exactly is that. Oh, there he is. But he's going to make his way down there and just figure out if that's another pathway. It doesn't look like it is. I think it's going to be another cove for us to put stuff, which would be great. But if there's some power options and all that in there, that'd be even better. Because while we have power right now, we're at plus 400-ish. But if we add another oxidation chamber or 2, that's going to use up... Oh, they only use up 30. That's not bad. Okay. So maybe I could just make a copy of all this stuff. What is it? C? F? Yeah, F. Make another copy of that stuff and just throw that out here somewhere. I could do something like that, right? Pretty easily. Oh, and then we also have this that got destroyed. So let's get that back into place. If I want to do that, what does that look like? I can just put that right there. And then this guy can just flow out and go into that. This guy can get out here and go into that. Oh, and then you need the gas still. That's right. All right. So what do you need? Do you need ozone? Just coming out of there. Okay, we can do that. And I'm just creating all kinds of messes for myself, but that's okay. That's a future else problem. then you need power too. And then we'll build big walls in front of that because we have to. There needs to be something there to do all that stuff. Our biggest problem is we're running out of ozone, so I'm gonna run another one of these. Like that. Then we'll just kind of flow more ozone in there. So at least we have something going on with that. I do need more water too. I'll flow that guy over there. It's not pretty, but hopefully it'll work. Now we did open up this whole side, so they might not just come straight up. They're going to go over here now, but that's a future us problem. But I think that's going to wrap us up here for today, folks. I'm semi-happy with what we have, but what I'm really happy about is that we have explored so much and we've made it roughly halfway through the waves. I know they're going to get worse, but these guys are overlapping with each other. Again, another one, maybe put it somewhere up here, or even dump it up here. This particular base will be set. We still have a lot of stuff we need to protect, but I think we'll be in good shape. Just double checking some of our other ammo options here. The Titans fire carbide, thorium. Oh, that's right. We should get some Titans in there. We should absolutely have some Titans coming out of this area and just be ready to defend these spots if necessary. Because we have the spots, we have the supplies. We should just make sure that they are taken care of here. So I'll do that. This guy. Bring off of there. Bring it all the way on down. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. That's going to get jammed in there. It's going to go there. Put that. Put that there. That there. Cool. Can we get these built before the next round comes? Most definitely not. Are we going to try? Absolutely. Oh, you need hydrogen too? Poopy pants. Forgot you need hydrogen. All right, where can I get you some hydrogen from? All right, we got water line there. Everything gets more complicated. All right, so I need manufacturing, electrolyzer. Still get the colors mixed up. I think that one's hydrogen. We'll go with that and hope and pray. Smack, smack. Some water coming down here and into there. Oh, we got a Guardian coming in 5 waves. Fantastic. Always good to know. So that one's easy enough. This one I should be able to do that. And can I bring that straight across? No, can't do that. Okay, so that's going to go there. That'll go in there and there. And that's going to go there. Might even put it as a little tank there. And this guy, I think I'm going to convert over to just a water generating one only. What are we doing power-wise? We're negative on power. Great. Okay. But at least we have some backup stuff that we can throw in here very quickly. And I'm just going to keep rebuilding this stuff, trying to keep them close if possible. No, this is not good. This is not good at all. Okay. They're doing a bang-up job on all this. See if we can knock them out before they destroy this core. Doubtful. The only bad part about these is they get pushed out of range. Okay, we got one. Now we can't afford that. Okay, that's game over for this side of the board. Let's go over here and see what horrors await us as they make their way through and just rip out our soul and destroy all of the things. So we survived over here, no problem. Our biggest issue is that they wrecked our livelihoods over there. While they're doing all that, oh, this just ends there? Fantastic. Okay, and then this guy's going to get whooped, and that's going to be the end of that. All right, so we survived that, but oh, there's still 3 enemies remaining? Where are they at? Oh, they're being dumb over there. All right, we'll figure that out next time, but that's going to wrap us up here for today, folks. So this is a new sector, new challenges, and some new bad guys that are not being very kind to us, but that's okay. That's the nature of the game. I have a better feeling about how to approach this one next time, and hopefully we can come back guns a-blazing next round. But folks, thanks as always for joining me. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.